So for you to have already hit quite possibly the best overall card in the product is pretty special.
I think it is really, it is definitely really special.
Hey everybody, Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. Have I got a special treat for you? You've seen a Spider-Man 1 of 1 on the channel before, but not this one, and this one's really pretty special. I'm going to bring on the owner of that card up next. Hey, my friend, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you, Justin?
I'm well. Everybody, we have Alan Posey here. Alan Posey hit a really special card. I'm going to let him kind of tell his story about it, but I'm really honored that he has been willing to come here on the Spidey Hits channel because let me tell you, it is a Spidey hit, quite the Spidey hit. The product probably of the year, I think that's going to be pretty easy for us to define. It's going to be 2022, 2023 Marvel Masterpieces, and it has some amazing cards in it. And, we haven't had the full release yet. We've had physical product release, but we still haven't had the e-pack release, which is where you still can get physical product, but, on Upper Deck's website. So for you to have already hit quite possibly the best overall card in the product is pretty special. Tell us about it.
I think it is really, it is definitely really special. I think to tell you about the process of opening the cards, it was Wednesday night, and Wednesday night is my video game session with my friends. So
Oh,
I
okay.
had, told them that we're going to be slightly delayed, so we're in Discord together, and I opened box number one, and then everyone was ready to get going. With Baldur's Gate 3, right? Which is a
Okay.
turn-based game, so I'm thinking like I'm gonna have a lot of downtime, and I'm gonna go through this other one in between. The first box was like, you know, I should also state that like I had wavered a lot on if I was gonna get into the Marvel Masterpiece
Yeah. So
game.
I'm really kind of curious about that part. Opening up high-end expensive boxes, is that something that you do on a regular basis?
No, no, no. So if you want, I'll roll back,
Yeah,
just
give
a
us some
bit.
context that leads up to
So
the box
yeah,
being open.
okay. It's not going to take too long to go far back. There is the story of 1992.
Don't we all have that story, right?
Right. In fourth grade, I think my most prized possession in that I ever owned was a set of Marvel Masterpieces that I kept in a clear container.
Yeah,
And I
you
took them
and
to
Jessica.
school and kept them in my desk. You know, the desk would come up and close down or whatever. And someone stole them. Right.
Oh, no.
Yes. So we're talking like tears and crying and like devastating upset.
Hmm.
To which I guess my mom bought me those. I don't know how I had a full set. And then she bought me another set, right? So I
Well, good
had
mom.
that set, yes. And my mom also keeps everything. Like a year ago, I picked this up from her. Oh, this is my Thor's hammer, my son.
Oh, yeah, that thing is
Uh,
magical. I
so
guess you're worthy,
everyone,
you can pick it up.
yeah, everyone probably has one of these, right? This is the original. And so with my second set, I had drawn like the
Oh, dude, that
custom.
is so cool.
So this is as I left it like 20 years ago or something. So that I would replicate the cards, right?
Yeah, that's your version of the tier 4 right there. That's what that is.
Yeah, and everyone's familiar with the set. But yeah, from then on, I think it was I did basketball cards and chased Jordan, and I would get $5. It was all I could squeeze out of my parents at the time. I'd go to Tennessee Sports Cards on my rollerblades, and
What a life.
I'd yeah, right.
I love
I'd
it.
spend like you get 3 packs back then for $5, or
Mhm.
if you wanted premium, you would only have enough for one premium.
Yeah.
Which I suppose before this happened, like 2 weekends ago, I had not purchased a card period until June
June of 2022?
3, 23.
I'm sorry, 23. Goodness gracious.
Part of part of my experience was my son getting totally into superheroes, and we've been buying Marvel Legends, and we've been consuming Marvel Legends stuff. And somewhere in there, we decided to go to Target to get some dinosaur cards that he saw on TV. and I purchased Marvel Allure
Yeah.
and a blaster box, and we opened that, and that was our first Spidey hit. I don't know where that one went, but this ended up being my son's card, right?
Oh, cool.
So this is already bent and chewed on and played with and all that.
As it should.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So then like 2 weeks later, there was a card show in town, and I was like, I need to go to that. And I was lost in there, didn't know what to purchase or anything. Ended up with an Avengers box. So this was like early June.
Hmm.
No, that was early July. So to find out what I needed to learn, I went to YouTube. And
Yeah.
one of the reasons I agree was excited to come in here is because I spent a month watching every video on your channel.
Oh, wow.
I've
Well, I
seen
did not know that. That's really cool. I
Yeah,
love
well,
that.
I've seen all your box openings, and then
Yeah.
once I caught up to like all the with all the box openings, then I joined in on the podcast and the live and stuff like that. And I've been watching all like anything connected, right?
Yeah.
I've been going out, so I've been participating in a lot of ways. But in terms of what I've been buying and opening, um, maybe I've made 10 purchases, something like
Yeah.
that, which is probably not what a lot of people may not be excited to hear that, but like
Yeah, no, I
it's what
mean,
it
I'm
is.
just loving your story, actually. I mean, your
Yeah,
story is your story, like,
it's
it just is, but to
yeah,
to hear your journey, the connection back to 1992, there's a gap there, it's what it is, right? But it led to
yeah,
you and your son, opening up cards, and you discover the retail packs, which is, what that's really designed for and why we want
for
that
sure. Yeah,
in the store so much, and then
if they didn't have those, I'm probably not. I don't even know. I don't know
yeah.
where it'd be at. Yeah,
And then, if you I know what card you're gonna show, so I already know, like, for you to share that somehow, these videos have also played a role in your journey to this incredible
yeah.
card, like, makes me emotional, and,
Well,
it's really special.
it is cool. I would say something I hear you guys say a lot is that maybe you perpetuate the FOMO and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
for me, it was like I would almost describe it as the opposite because there
Mm.
was enough going on and enough to consume and information to gather that I came to the conclusion that like I knew what I was gonna like. I knew that if I made a purchase, I'd be happy with what I got, and I'd seen enough of them open. I'm like, I can be I can be happy with whatever it is. I
Right.
didn't get in on the pre-order, which would have been cool. I wasn't gonna go, fighting online for all the high prices, and then I finally was like, enough. Like I I got it. Like I'm gonna do 2 boxes from Dave and Adams.
Yeah.
Um, and so I did, and in the time from that, I was kind of thinking about how they go, right? The
Mhm.
patterns. I was like, okay, well, I'd be stoked with a preserved and amber. Those are great. If I get one of those, kind of weeds off. And I was like, but what wouldn't make me so happy is if I got like, I don't want to go heavy. I was just like daydreaming all this stuff.
Yeah.
And my first box had 3 canvas galleries in it, which I hadn't seen. It was Wolverine, Hulk, and then a red Magneto. I was like, well, that's
Wait a minute,
odd.
like the base
No,
unnumbered or all?
two base and one two base and one Magneto red.
Yeah, that is odd. I've
Yeah.
I've
So
seen a few open, and you don't really see
yeah.
that.
So I was like, well, that's really strange. I was happy with what I got, but how could you not be, right? They're awesome. Oh,
Right.
and yeah, and box number one had this sketch card.
Oh, the Black Panther sketch.
Yeah. Which I
Yeah.
obviously hadn't had a sketch or anything like that. And then we started off on box two, and I think I mean it was very simple. It was just like there's nothing in this box, right? There's
Mhm.
6 cards in, and there was nothing. It was like a purple blade, and it wasn't even an insert. But I was like, well, I know there's gonna be something in here that'll be good. And then my battle spectrum came, and it was like vision, and I'm like, oh well, this is definitely like I'm starting to think in my head. I'm like, this is
Uh,
like this is me probably getting like right back out of this. Like
right.
it was rough. So
Yep.
my friends are playing, and then I see it. I'd obviously imagine like the red Venom Spidey is like the sickest looking card,
Yeah.
period. So if I I'm dreaming of a card, that's the one. And then I saw it, like, it peaked out, and like I don't know. My first word was like, I did it. I did it.
I did it. Oh my goodness gracious! Look at that. Oh my
So yeah, it
gosh.
was like, oh no, it might not focus with me in it, but
That look, it's fantastic. Let me
I'll
tell
get you a
people.
high res of it later. But
what what we're looking at here is a Battle Spectra gem, and these Battle Spectra gems have never had one of ones, and this is the gold one of one Battle Spectra gem of quite possibly what people will say is the best of the gems, which is Spider-Man versus Venom and Dan Dos Santos' amazing art here. It's just a fantastic battle scene of them two going at it. You mentioned your 1992 set, right?
yeah,
The first Battle Spectra there, Spider-Man versus Venom is in that. This is
yeah,
a little bit of an homage to that to some degree.
yeah, and for me, those were the ones that didn't come with the set my mom purchased. So,
So
like some people that had like the Wolverine Sabretooth and all that, I was always jealous of. And so part of getting into collecting, obviously, it's like the things you missed out on is what you want. So I was thinking, I'd go get some of those old ones and those old holofoils that all my friends had that I never
yeah.
knew, where they were at. So yeah, that played a huge part into it. Absolutely, it made it even cooler. Like there's nothing, even in my head, I'm like, what is the coolest card? And in my head, it was this. Like, and that's it.
I'm telling you, so
Or a sketch, from Dan
from
himself
Dan,
would be
yeah.
up there. Like, I don't know.
But pulling this out, you see it peek out the corner. At what
Yeah,
point do you like it's the one of one?
I knew it was gold like right away.
Mm.
I don't know, like, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, there wasn't much time for it to be anything else. It was just like,
I
I
love that.
don't know if it's just the way the cards twisted when I opened it or whatever, but I mean, you can see it, like even in the corner. Like
Yeah.
I probably saw
So
this
then you
edge
turn it
first.
over and you see the one of one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I knew exactly what I had done and how awesome it was. So I'm sitting there with people who don't collect Marvel cards, and I'm like, guys, like, I think I need to get up and run around the house. And they're just like waiting on me to do my turn.
It's
And
your
I'm like, I'm
turn, man.
telling
Sit
you.
down.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like this is like really, really big,
Yeah.
and I'm doing like quick math in my head. And so I had to come down from that. And then I was like, I want to tell someone else who like would appreciate it. So I made a post on Marvel cards at like 10:30 or 11 at night or something. And that that was a mistake. I was happy to share it. I really was. But like I had offers before I went to bed that night.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to sleep and you're thinking about what do I do?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Then I'm like, I don't even know where to put it. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of that I wasn't really sure how that was gonna go. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So now a few days have passed. You've got these offers coming in, but what does it feel like now just to just walk back in your room and there it is? You still have the card.
it's I mean it's so cool, man. Like I know that it's something like this and the value that it has. Like it's 10 years of collecting like sports cards and stuff. It's like a story that
Mhm.
you hear like, oh yeah, it's like not the only reason why people buy cards at all, but it's one of those like you can hit the lottery, right? And
Mhm.
sell
Oh, it's
for
the
a lot
Willy
of
Wonka
money.
golden ticket, right?
Right. And then so now I have it. I'm just like, wow, that's nuts. Yeah, so it is
So did you
one of the coolest cards. Because of its value, I haven't even shown my kid because I don't
I
want
was
to
gonna say,
even
I was
know it
like,
exists.
did your kid know? Like, is there yeah, I mean,
He
he's
has
4.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has a lot. He wouldn't understand, rarity or anything like that,
Mhm.
of why I would be like telling him not to touch it. But
Yeah.
I'll probably show him the video of us talking, but maybe later.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
don't want him to even
this
look
is how we
for it.
got all those other cards, yeah.
Yeah, he has his own set. He gets most of my stuff, and we trade back and forth. So, but
What
this one,
about
I
the
don't
what
think.
about the rest of your family? Is it hard for them to understand what you have?
Um, I don't think anyone quite gets it. My sister is following along, and she's fascinated by it. You know, I don't even think I understand it, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, cause I've seen like to be invited to talk about it. Like, I think that's like this is part 3 of me understanding. Like, oh yeah, that's a
Uh,
really good card.
that type of card, it just opens doors.
Yeah.
It unlocks them, so to speak, right?
Hmm.
Now, I think people know that have followed this channel. You don't have to have a gold one of one Spidey to to be on the channel, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not what this place is. But you immediately get an invite if you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's
You
a
see
pretty
what I'm
big
saying?
Spidey hit. Like,
Yeah.
like
I
man.
reach out to you. I'm like, hey, I've got to have you on here. We got to talk
Yeah.
about it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just incredible. So, do you have like definitive plans with the cards? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think given where I'm at and how difficult of a decision it was to even buy a box, like this is seems like something I would unload, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
and
I think I've made it really clear to people that I'm a Spider-Man collector, right? And
yeah,
I'm not about to make you an offer on camera, so you don't have to worry about that. You know? but, but but what I'm getting at is like I love Peter Parker Spider-Man, like he's my favorite, right?
yeah,
Plenty of other characters I enjoy and appreciate, and if money was no object, then I would probably collect them pretty heavily as well. But you know, there's only so much to go around,
yeah.
and I too had a gold one of one Spider-Man, right? The precious metal gem, gold one of one from
Oh yeah,
2017.
yeah,
And, you know, one day someone, offer me the kind of money that my wife would, beat me up if I didn't say yes. Right.
yeah,
And,
yeah. I mean,
and there's a,
there's that.
yeah, there's a point as, when you're a collector and it's a hobby. And then there's the point of where, hey, I actually have a moral obligation to do the best thing for my family.
Yep.
And that, at least that's just how I see it for me, and people can see it the way they see it for them. The cool thing is was able to honor my family and then get more Peter Parker Spider-Man cards. So
Right. Yeah.
it worked out.
Yeah. I think if I can make this help out some of our what student loans, you name it, right?
Yeah,
School
everybody's
tuition,
got it.
like
Yep.
whatever, um, that would be smart. And, then I think I've justified my
Hmm.
ability to kind of remain in the hobby a little bit, perhaps,
Yeah, yeah.
um, which I've
It
been really obsessed with lately, obviously. So,
look, I understand. Sometimes you can use one card to buy you 2 years in the hobby. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like it just can do that, but no one can ever take away this memory of you picking up these boxes and being in what you thought was a dud box, right?
yeah, yeah. It was looking really grand, man.
And
It's like,
then bam, there it is.
and yeah, so I think it's in good hands for now, but I don't think it's gonna remain here. But yeah,
Well, the journey of this car will always be connected to you, Alan. It's really
yeah,
special. You got to pull it, and I appreciate you sharing it here on Spidey Hits and with the viewers, man. If you want to reach Alan, he's on Facebook in the Marvel Card Facebook group. If you have trouble finding him, feel free to reach out to me, and I can get you connected. Any last words, Mr. Allen?
no man, just hey Wiley, if you're watching this, it's my kid.
Awesome. 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 Everybody, thank you for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think of this one of one Spider-Man versus Venom Battle Spectre gem from Marvel Masterpieces? If you like this kind of content, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.